So hello everyone, in this video we'll be understanding about combinators. So these are some selectors which we use while styling the elements. So let's understand them one by one. So the first selector that I want to discuss, or the first combinator that I want to discuss, is the descendant selector. Basically, descendant selectors are the selectors when we want to select all the elements inside a box or inside a parent container, and I want all that element to be completely in that style. So let me just give you an example of descendant selector. So let's say if I want all the p tags inside the box 1 to become red, so I can specify this extra space after this box 1. It can be any selector, it can be an ID, it can be an element, it can be a class. After that I specified that this is the paragraph tag that I want to make the color red. So all the paragraph inside this box 1 will be styled now. So now you can see that. But let's say if I make them in another parent, let's say this is box 2, it is in separate container, you can say. So still it will be in red color. Now you can see that still it is in the red color. And why is that? Because descendant means whatever the p is inside this box 1, whether it be alone or a direct children of this parent, or an indirect descendant of this box 1. So basically it will not take care, or it will not take care of that it is in some other parent or another container. It will just directly style all the p tags wherever it sees that. So if it sees in the another container, then it will still be styling this p tag. It will not leave this p. And this one is the direct child, so it will also be in red color. We can give any styling. For now I'm just giving the color red. But let's say I want only this p tag to be colored, or let's say if I want all the direct children to be styled, not the indirect children's or the descendants. So I don't want this to be styled because it is in another container, you can say. So I don't want box 2 p tags to be styled. I want only the direct children which are inside this div tag to be styled. So all the 1 and 3 should be styled, not the second one, because this is in another component or in another container, you can say. So for that you just be using the this selector. So let me just comment it out and add a name here, because otherwise you will forget that, I know. So the name of this selector is descendant selector or combinator. You can comment it out. You can get the idea. If I want only the direct child to be styled, which means I want only those p tags which are directly inside this container, not in another container. So I'll be using this greater than symbol, which is the child selector or the child selector combinator we will be using. Here I'll be just giving the same thing here, the red color. Now if I go to the browser, you can see the second one is not styled because it is not the direct child of this container or this box 1. That's why. So this is actually the case. It will only select those elements which are the direct children of that particular element which we selected or specified. So this is actually a child selector or children selector. You can name that anything. And then comes our, let's say if I copy this line and paste it multiple times, and I can give them a number 5 and 6. So now what if I want these elements, this element to be styled, all those element which comes after the after this div tag to be styled, so all that p tag. So how it is done actually? So it is done by using the adjacent sibling selector. So I want an element which comes directly after this box 1, which is p. I want this p tag which comes after this box 1. So only one p tag, not the complete or all the p tags, only one p tag which comes after this box 1 class. When this finishes or this container finishes, then after that it will select one p tag which comes just after that and style it. So if I do color red here again, so now you can see it is styling this element. Why is that? Because this box is finished and now this selector is coming, or this p tag is coming. So it is a sibling or adjacent sibling. What is the meaning of adjacent? Which is beside the other element. So it is the adjacent element which comes after this. That's why we can select this by using this plus symbol, which is an adjacent combinator or an adjacent selector. Adjacent selector, that will be a good choice to name that. But what if I want all the p tags which comes after this box 1 to be in red color? Let me just show you one more thing in this adjacent selector. Suppose I add another tag. Let's say I block the way and added span tag here. So will it style it or not? It will not style it, because this container is actually applied like this. So this adjacent selector is actually get only that element with which just comes after this box 1 class. So after this box 1 class, it will check whether this element is a p tag or not. If it is a p tag, then it will style that. Otherwise it will leave the flow and it will not go ahead. It will not go ahead and it will not check the next tag, which is the p tag in this case. So it will not check the next item. It will stop the execution or the styling and leave out, give this result to us that it isn't styling anything, because it just stops when it doesn't get any p tag after this box 1 class or any container we specified here. So this I wanted to tell you about. So uh, if you don't want this behavior, so you can use the different selector, which is the general sibling selector, which you can use by using this tilde symbol. This is a sign for this will also select all those elements which comes after this div, but it will not leave the flow. It will select all these elements which comes after this box 1 class. So all these three will be styled. So the direct elements or direct siblings will be selected actually. So let me just give it a color red. If I do this, okay, let me just do one more thing. Yeah, box 1 is the class. Now you can see 4 5 6 is styled. Why is that? Because it will select all those p tags which just come after this box 1 class. So basically it will select all these elements. It will not stop, just like the adjacent selector. It will check how many times the p tag is coming and then it will style that. Suppose if I have added the span just like before, if I added the span, so will it stop? No, it will not stop the flow. You can see that it is still styling these elements. And why is that? Because this general sibling selector checks the next element whether it is a p tag or not until the body is finished. But suppose I don't want this element to be styled, so I can make it into a container or a different container. So now it will not go inside the children, inside this container's children and style this. It will not go inside that, but it will leave this element because it is a div tag. After this box one, there is a div tag, not the p tag, so it will not style this element. It will go to the next element and it will style this element instead of this. So this is how you can stop the execution of this general sibling selector by adding that element inside a container, different container. So this is how we use the general sibling selectors or the combinator. I hope you got this point as well. All these four combinators are worth using in many projects. You can use them. It depends on your core values, like wherever it is needed, you will be using that. So I hope you got something. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in the another one.